All right, it's been several weeks, so been waiting for these in the mail. This is the capacitor kit for the radio. I don't even remember the number of the radio. What radio am I working on? This one is a IC-730S. Yeah, so here's a bunch of capacitors for that. Quite a few. And let's see if we can't put some capacitors on. So I have disassembled part of the radio. There's a thick piece of aluminum that goes on the back that's a heat sink. Now if you get the non-S version, then it has a 100-watt amplifier and it's got a big heat sink and a fan, a whole bunch of other stuff. But this one has just a simple plate on the back, and actually it wasn't necessary to remove the plate. I'm glad I did though, because I'm going to put heat sink grease and everything on it, and it makes it a little easier to work on. I can flip it around. This is a single-sided board and all components load from the top. You can see there's nothing on the bottom. So that will make it interesting. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 capacitors to fix on this side. So yeah, let's heat up the soldering iron and go to town here. I moved you guys over there so you are out of the way. I need a 220 microfarad. So I think what I need to do, what I did before, is go through all of these bags and mark them so I can glance at them and figure out what is what. Get out a Sharpie here. These are, what are these? Interesting, 0.22. 0.22. Boy, you can see the technology here. Ooh. A lot of these. All right, got all the capacitors put in. I bolted it back together, and we will put the back cover on. I believe, look at all the screws here. I believe these are the screws that hold it in there. These are these. I got long ones and I got short ones, I think. Even the long ones. Yeah, I think the short ones are for something else. We'll go with the long ones for now. I have to change them out later. That's the problem with working on something weeks apart. Oh, this must be 6 of these. Maybe that's a clue too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think this is the ones that go in. Oops, not that one. These guys. All right, I've got the power amplifier all hooked back up. So let's remember where these plug in. Pretty sure that one goes right to there. There's no capacitors on this filter board here. Just a bunch of ones that don't go bad. And then this goes over here. So, oh, there it is, way down there. Goes down over there. I can't see what I'm doing. Boost it up here. There's 3 of these. Oh, this is always so hard. All right, there we go. That one goes in there. Make sure I've got him all the way in. Yep. All right, and then this slides in without pinching anything. And there we go. All right, now I can hook things back up. The weather has finally turned cold here in California, just in time for Halloween. All right, so we'll do this board first. I loosened these screws, and they have these captive standoffs, which is super nice. So, and I don't think I need to take many connectors off. I can flip it over. So I've removed this one, and I can get to everything I need to get to without taking anything apart. So we'll take a couple capacitors off over here. I'll figure out which things to unsolder. We'll try these two things. Are those the two? Yeah. Okay. It's making noise outside. Somebody's making noise. All right, these are 4.7 50 volt. .700 volt. Here's some 4.7 50 volt. Interesting. Oh, it looks just something just like it next door here. Well, let's put it in the 4.750 since that's what was in there. Oh, this one's special. This is non-polarized, so I'm gonna save that one. That must be for something else somewhere else. So, yeah, that one's special. We'll go with the 4.700s because those are polarized. All right. Oh, let's see here. All right, I'm going to put a blue dot on the caps that I replace. All right, so I will be back when I'm done with this board. All right, got this one done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 capacitors there. This board's got a lot more, so I've got a couple connectors loose, and I think I can just flip this thing over like this and do the whole thing without taking much more apart. I had to take a couple connectors off, but I think that will work out good. Let's take out this big one here. It's staring me in the face. Yeah, let's see what he is. 470. I got a bunch right here. I'm gonna snip them off. All right, a few more to go. Put some blue on him. All right, I did finish up this board here, and it's flopped out of the way now, so I'm now digging into the middle of it. And I've got this little board here, which has places for the optional filters, but I don't got none. And there's 1, 2 capacitors on this board. Is there anything in here? Is that soldered down, or can I pull that off? It's soldered down. See if I can peek in there with a magnifying glass. Yeah, I can. Or a magnifying glass. A flashlight. And I don't see anything in there, so that's a good thing. So we'll just take out these 2, replace those, and then I got more to go. So we got this one here. He's coming out. All right. Where's my magnifier? Here it is. He is a 10 microfarad, I think. Got some dirt on him. Yeah, 10. All right, what's the next one? This one. Oh, there's 3. I missed that one. There's 3. Oops. 0.47. 0.47. And I know you're going to say, why don't you replace this with something else? Because that's not what's in the kit. All right. let's, oops. Let's mark these as replaced. Okay. And then there's one hiding back here. I guess it'll be easy to get to. Let's see, he goes kind of at an angle. Sometimes it's really hard to figure out which things to attack. I think it's here. Oops. I just timed out. Oh. All right, there we go. All the capacitors on this one are done. All the capacitors on this one are done. I got to figure out how to take the front panel off and do that, but I'm going to leave this off for now. I'm going to need to get that front panel off now. All right, I've had to pull the front of the radio off. And to my surprise, this is not plastic. This is cast aluminum. I was very shocked when I took it off. But yeah, it's a big, heavy cast aluminum piece. But I needed to take the front off because there's a bunch of screws that I need. Like I needed to take three screws out here in order to loosen this board. There's a couple capacitors on it. And then there's a couple of capacitors on a display driver board here. So anywho, I gotta work in this. All right, so all the capacitors are in. It's all buttoned up. And besides the front panel, there was 2 boards that needed capacitors in there. Underneath, there were 3 big cans that was the phase lock loop sections. And the one over, I think on this side, needed a bunch of capacitors replaced, but the other 2 did not have any capacitors in them. So it is up and running again. It receives really well on all bands. I don't know if it's my imagination, but the display seems a little brighter. Maybe some capacitors that I replaced. It was about 4 or 5 capacitors on the display board and some real big ones. This is probably a voltage converter or something on that. But anyway, it's all up and running. It seems to work just great. So I think we will stop this video and tomorrow we'll try to see if it transmits.